Today we are going to be taking a look at the collector's edition for Gundam Wing. If you notice, the packaging itself has a very high quality, also depicts all the characters as well as the mechs that are featured on the show. Let's take a look. With this collector's edition, you will get the hardcover art book, the folded posters, the large art cards, a set of character pins, the small art cards, and finally the Blu-ray media. First, we'll be taking a look at the hardcover art book. I really like this art book. Not just because of it hardbound, which is not common for any collector's edition that come my way, most collector's edition that does come with an art book, it's usually softbound. It actually does feature mech specifications, character scenarios, character descriptions, surprisingly, as well as character sketches and mech sketches. I also do appreciate some of the key art that are displayed on this art book. Character art is included there as well. Again, overall, I'd say this is a very high quality art book. Next up, we'll be taking a look at the folded posters. Alright, to be honest, I really dislike how this is actually packaged. If you do want to frame them, you can actually see the creases on the folded posters. I mean, they're folded. The problem with I have with this delivery system when it comes to the posters is if you do want it framed, if you wanted a clean poster, you either frame it on one side or the other side. If you attempt to frame the whole thing as is, you'll see the crease in the middle of the poster, which doesn't look very good. Now, there is a reason why high quality posters are usually rolled up. At least if it's rolled up, after a set amount of time, the crease or the frame actually does straighten out. With a folded poster, you can actually see a visible crease in the middle of the poster. Overall, again, it's not bad, but the artwork itself is fantastic, but I would have liked it if the way it was packaged is it's rolled and on a plastic cylinder so that it doesn't get squished on the packaging itself. Next, we'll be taking a look at the large art cards. Now, this one I actually do prefer over the folded posters, just because when you frame these look quite straight. It's natural. You don't see any folded creases, unlike the folded posters from the previous section. So I would rather have this displayed than the folded posters. You will get 5 large art cards. 2 of them are centered around the mechs. 2 of them are centered around the 5 main pilots, as well as, of course, Relina. And then the last one is a mix of both the mech and the characters. Next up is the smaller art cards. So now the smaller art cards are actually, how would I describe it? It's pretty weird. It's templated like a tarot card. I actually don't know how to display this. If do you frame them as a group, or would you frame them individually in like small frames? I actually don't know. To be honest, I prefer if it wasn't there. They would replace it with something else. Again, you do get 5, so one for each pilot, and it is templated like tarot cards. The artwork itself is phenomenal, but I would rather have them formatted like the large art cards and all together. So all 5 of these as a one large art card, that'd be fantastic. That would really elevate this particular art style. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at the pins. Alright, straight up, I actually hate this. I know it's a product of the 90s, but I would prefer if they would have used the faction symbols than the 5 pilot as pins. Just because this one I'm not going to be able to put on my bag or on my cap. That, looking like a total dweeb. If you use the faction symbols, that'll be more discreet, and it's actually cool. Like, some of the symbols on the factions on Gundam is fantastic. So next up is the Blu-ray media. So the Blu-ray media includes all 50 episodes, or was it 49 episodes of Gundam Wing? Includes Endless Waltz and additional bonus content on a separate Blu-ray. I really like the packaging on these. Each of the main series itself is divided into collection 1 and 2, and then Endless Waltz is on a separate Blu-ray, and then the bonus content for, I believe, Operation Meteor is included on the bonus content. It's all separated, so you can compartmentalize, so you can actually binge the entire series first and then jump onto Endless Waltz. Again, for the value, you get all of the complete series plus additional bonus content and the Endless Waltz. I actually still am confused with if Endless Waltz is an OVA or a movie. Overall, I'd say this collector's edition is a mixed bag. I appreciated the hardcover art book and how expansive the materials covered are on that art book. So you got mech sketches, character sketches, scenario. You got the storyboards, director storyboards in there. That is a pretty comprehensive art book. I really like the amount of extra media and extra content that comes with the Blu-ray media. I also like how the large art cards are actually part of that. These art cards you can actually frame. The artwork is fantastic. The bad. I hate these pins. I really, really hate this pins. And I know that's just part of its time. But again, I would have appreciated if these were faction symbols rather than character pins. I also dislike how the posters are done. Like, these are folded posters. If these were rolled posters, I actually would appreciate them better if, they're on either a cardboard tube just to prevent them from being squished, or a plastic tube. But again, being folded has its disadvantages where you either, just to make it look nice, you either frame it on one side or the other side. But if you framed it all as a single piece, you'll see the crease in the middle of the poster. The weird part, I don't know how to classify the small art cards. I would have appreciated them if they were part of the large art cards as a single large art, rather than, tarot style artwork. Again, overall, this particular collector's edition is kind of middle of the road. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Praise for the Blu-ray media, the art book, as well as the large art cards. I really don't like those. I really dislike the character pins, the folded posters. And that is it for my review on the Gundam Wing Collector's Edition. For more reviews on different Collector's Edition that I have in my archive, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you all later.